As a senior, obviously everybody looks forward to their senior year. What do you take away from the last couple of seasons that you can apply this year as a team to move you guys up in those SAC standings and earn more wins on Friday night?
Those years just watching and continuing to watch, even getting playing time then. Now I got the road to myself and just carry it on and lead the team is the best way I can.
You know, Coach Bowen comes over as an offensive coordinator, so he's the offensive guy, which
Yeah.
is always good for a quarterback. What are you guys doing similarly and differently under his scheme than you have done in the previous years under Coach Dorfler here at Northrop?
Really just no breaks off, no breaks. Hurry up offense. You will see that pretty much. No breaks. 2-minute offense, all those fast offense basically. Balance, pass and run. So that's it.
What has impressed you about this offense so far this spring or this fall, I should say, and throughout the spring and summer when you guys have been working out together?
My O-line, they're pretty young, and I didn't know what we were gonna do this year coming in, but they surprised me when we start heading out here for scrimmages and stuff.
Tell me some of the guys on the offensive side of the football who are going to have to step up into bigger roles that you're going to be counting on this season.
My wide receiver, Jayden Schmenk, another wide receiver, Matthew Morgan. Pretty much those guys. I got a junior running back. Yeah, him too, pretty much.
Final question for me. What are you most looking forward to about this upcoming season? You guys get Homestead in week 1 like always.
Yeah, man. Pretty much the underdogs this year, so we just want to go out there, work hard, and continue to do what Coach's game plan goes and see where it takes us.
Love it. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir.
All right. Now that you're an upperclassman, what have you taken away from the last couple of seasons, individually and as a team, that you can use this year and apply it to earn more wins on a Friday night?
I say just be more aggressive because I was low-key small, kind of small and stuff. So I say I got better over the summer and just kept working and trying to be great more.
As a guy who's going to be counted on to help lead this defense, what's the message to some of these younger guys to get them coached up to compete defensively in the SAC?
I said just be aggressive and don't let nothing get to you. Just don't think about the size, just keep going.
What impresses you about this defense so far? I know it's only day 2, but you've worked out in the summer and the spring, all that kind of stuff together. What impresses you about this defense? What are going to be your strengths?
I say if we come back with all our returners from last year, so we should be good and be much better as from last year.
Tell me about some of the guys that are going to need to step into bigger roles. Who are they on the defensive side of the football, and what are their names, and what are they going to have to do?
I say Marcus, he a sophomore going to be this year, so he's got to step up his game more, but he would be great for the defense right now.
I saw one place that you listed as a linebacker.
Oh, yeah. They switching back to DN.
Okay, so you're going to be playing DN. For you guys, if there's one thing that the defense is going to make the defense more successful this year than last year, what is that thing for you guys on the defensive side of the football?
Our defense just got to fill gaps and just play tough, really. Just be aggressive.
Coach Bowen is the new head coach. You had Coach Dorfler here for 8 years.
Yeah.
What is the culture like? What's the vibe like? And what does he bring into the program as the new leader of this team?
Actually, Coach Bowen is a good coach. He always bring the energy every time, more energy than he had last year, and he actually a great coach. Bring a lot of. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
What he brought to the program is he just brought like health, he bought in right when he got the job, and he brought it straight to the team. And when his speeches is to us is like he wants us to buy in just like he's bought in already, right when he came in, right when he first got the job.
Tell me about this offense, man. You got Keone back at quarterback. And a number of key players, including yourself at the receiver position. So what excites you about this offense, and what are going to be some of the strengths of this team offensively?
I like the new formations we run, adding the tight ends and stuff, and all that stuff.
Coach is the offensive coordinator for Snyder, so he's an offensive guy, which is good for an offensive player like you. So what are some of the things that he's added schematically, and what are going to be some of the similarities and differences that you guys will have offensively this year as opposed to last year?
What he's added is he's got players playing on one side of the ball now. And last year when we had Jason Dorfler as our head coach, we had some players was playing both sides of the ball and stuff. So it's just really changed, and it's saving people's energy for just staying on one side of the ball and just focusing on what their same position.
Who are some of the names that are going to be needing to step up into bigger roles this season for you guys on the offensive side of the football?
Offensive side, let's start our offense. So offense, we got to start with our running back, which is he's a junior, and he just got a big role to play in that running game because, Coach Bowen, he was a running back himself, and he loves the run game. So he just got to fill that role and buy in with that. Some receivers we got. Well, of course, we got me and Matt, but we also got Davion. He's a junior also. He's got a big role to play, come in, too. Defense, we got Aaron Robinson at corner. He got a big role to play. He's a junior, too. But he's bought in. All those players are really bought in. They ready to play. They ready to go.
Final question for me. Obviously, everybody waits to play for their senior season. I mean, everybody wants to play their senior season. So what have you learned the last couple of years that you can apply this year, both individually and as a team, to get more victories on Friday? Like, what are the lessons that you've learned over the last years to make a senior season successful?
The losses hurt. Like the losses we had last year, of course, we went like 3-6, and we learned from those. We learned from those losses. And then the sectional when we played Snyder last year, we still want our revenge for every team, not just Snyder, but every team. So every day we take this practice serious and just keep pushing because we really want to win and get a better record and be over 500 this year.
Love it.
I like the excitement, and the enthusiasm and just having fun. They're happy to be here. Great veteran leadership, so it's just fun to be around them.
When you take a look at this team offensively, always good, especially as an offensive coordinator at Snyder, always good to have a quarterback back. So you have that with Keone. What are going to be some of the keys for this team to be successful offensively as you impart your scheme and what you try to do offensively to this team?
We go as our offensive line go. If our offensive line is good, we're going to be good. You can see those guys right behind us. So we go as well. If they're good, we're good. And Keone is a great leader, but he's basically trying to learn a new offense. So we got to get him caught up to speed and enjoying things.
Yeah, schematically, what do you try to impart? What's your scheme, and how does that differ, or how is that similar from what they've run in years past?
We're not as spread out as they were in years past with 4 wides. We're going to have a tight end, maybe 2 tight ends, and then, or 3 receivers, but we're not going to be as spread out as they were. So, yeah, so they're just getting adjusted to that. And then just the play calling and names and everything.
You mentioned offensive line. You're going to go as your offensive line goes. How is that group shaping up? Who are some of the guys you're going to be counting on to block in the trenches in the SAC come Friday?
That group is actually going pretty good. They're young, they're hungry, they're eager. We have DeCorey Pittman, who's going to play guard. Riley Murphy's playing center. Freshman James Williams playing guard, and then Mason Whitner playing the other tackle. So that's a very young group. I think the only senior we have is our other tackle, which is KJ, and he's the only senior. When Landon Chilcote comes back from an injury that he suffered during camp, he'll go back into that piece too. He's a returning starter. So, we have some young pieces, but we also have some veteran pieces to build around them.
When you take a look at this team defensively, who are going to be some of the standouts, and what are going to be some of the key areas for you guys defensively that are going to allow you to limit teams to fewer points perhaps in seasons past?
I just hope we play fast on defense. We have great kids in Julante, Jalen Williams, Aaron Robinson, Bryce Madison, Josh Taylor, Micah Cowherd. We got some good pieces over there on that defensive side, and they're eager, they're fast, and they fly around.
If there's one thing that this season hinges upon, or one X factor for Northrop to be successful this year, in your eyes, what would that one thing, that one key be?
Like I spoke on earlier, our O-line. We go as they go. As long as they can dominate up front, our O-line and D-line, if they can dominate up front, then we should be successful.